My daughter just contacted me after 17 years asking if I want to meet my granddaughter. Part 2. Look, I was extremely drunk last night. The words that came out of my mouth weren't my finest moment. The comments I left on my post weren't much better either. After reading thousands of responses calling me the AH, I spent most of the night staring at the ceiling unable to sleep. Eventually, I decided I had to do something. So about an hour ago, I called my daughter. Honestly, I didn't think she'd answer. After the way our last conversation ended, I figured she'd ignore the call. Instead, she picked up almost immediately. The first thing I did was apologize. I told her I was sorry for everything I said the night before. I told her I had no excuse. To my surprise, she told me there was no need to apologize. I didn't understand. Wanting her to see what people had said, I sent her a link to my Reddit post. I told her that thousands of strangers had read our story and agreed that I was the AH. Again, she said I wasn't, and then she started crying. Not the kind of crying where someone is angry. The kind where they've been carrying something for years and can no longer hold it in. I didn't know what to say, so I just listened. After a while, I told her something important. I said that she was welcome to visit me anytime during the next 4 months, because after that, I won't be here anymore. My sister and I inherited a farmhouse in our parents' home country. We've decided to spend the rest of our lives there with my dog. At my age, it feels like the right place to be. I sent her my address. A few moments later, she told me she wanted to come visit, not just her husband too, and my granddaughter. My granddaughter. Even writing those words feels strange after all these years. She asked if they could stay for several days. I told her they could stay for as long as they wanted. The house is more than big enough. For the first time during the conversation, it felt like maybe things were finally moving in the right direction. Then right before we ended the call, my daughter suddenly became quiet. There was a long pause. Then she said, "Dad, before we come, there's something I need to tell you." I asked her what it was, another pause. Then she said, "It's about why Mom really wanted me to call you." And before I could ask another question, she told me it was something she should have told me 17 years ago.